Today, we color and curry, bringing community together through interactive murals.
Picture's worth 1,000 words.
And Halloween is upon us, so we're going to get creepy with Calgarians who take the holiday to another level.
We're putting out the spooky vibes. More Halloween!
This and more on Living a Creative Life.
I'm Adora Mofor, and today we celebrate those Calgarians who follow their passions, chase their dreams, and live their lives authentically to reap the benefits of living creatively.
Scanning the socials, check out Joshua Hoiberg Tattoos for vintage Halloween designs inspired by retro postcards. And following up on Sheep Creek Weavers' Instagram page, we see images from Fiber Day, the Millerville event celebrating textile artists. And the Art Pineapple shares an underwater painting that reimagines the fisheye view with shapes and colors.
Hi, I'm Victor.
And I'm Taya.
And we run Bubba's Art House.
So about 5 years ago, I could finally say I was an artist for the first time. But no shop in Calgary would sell my art without wanting to take 40 to 60% of the cut. So we said, screw it, we'll start our own. We have over 90 artists that make up our space. Our youngest is 3, our oldest is 91. Most of these artists were closet artists. I'm strange and unusual, so of course we welcome the strange and unusual.
Aside from running a gallery, we offer various services.
Psychic arts, healing arts.
Past life regression readings, sound healing sessions.
When I get to see somebody's reaction to the art, whether it's good or bad, I think that's magical. And that's what, keeps me going every weekend.
With over 265 square feet of open space, let's find out how the Curry Barracks Parade Square has become Calgary's largest coloring book. So what began this installation?
Well, we were approached to create a piece that would celebrate the kids who were taking to the sidewalks with chalk during lockdown and kind of brightening up the streets.
Where can we find some of the things that people have created?
Well, let's go for a walk,
Let's
shall
go
we?
for a walk.
Do you want to take a look at this one? We
This is a
can
good
show
one.
you.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what are we seeing kids do in here? Like, are they coloring in the lines?
Yeah, I mean, they're mostly coloring in like a coloring book, the animals that we've painted down on the ground here.
So we've added all these empty circles as an encouragement to get kids to create their own installations of art. So we also have a writing activity here. There's a wolf that says something and you can fill in what it could say, and then the crow responds with something. So encouraging writing, encouraging math.
We also have this trail that's Morse code, and it has a secret message for the kids to decipher, as well as what the Morse code alphabet is. That's been like super exciting to see how they interact with that.
Yeah.
And like the sense of discovery that we can witness as they're trying to decipher our message.
Well, it looks like someone's written it in chalk already, but it says never stop being creative.
Oh, what a perfect segue into living a creative life. Never stop being creative. Living a creative life is really what being on this earth is. Self-expression.
For me personally, I think hearing each other's stories allows us to step into
Our neighbor's reality, and I think getting some kind of understanding allows us to build empathy for neighbors who are maybe from a different background or have had different life experiences than us. So I think visual storytelling is a way we can do that. It transcends words. Picture's worth 1,000 words. So maybe you can see something and it'll have an emotional connection with you, and that'll spark some curiosity. I think that's how we build connection.
Artist, designer, and co-owner of Moonstone Creations, Amy Willier, honors Remembrance Day through a special workshop where anyone can create a beaded poppy brooch at home.
Moonstone Creation itself grew from my mother's home-based business, and she's been doing this my entire life.
I heard that you are doing beaded poppy brooches.
Yes, it's so exciting. So what I've created here is this really cool project, and everything you need is included in this lovely kit. So everything is, there's written instructions, and then everything you need is in here to create your beaded poppy. All the instructions, thread, needle, beads. And then when you're done, you create a lovely beaded poppy, just like this one.
So how does beading and expressing yourself through beading, how does that help you?
Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it is a part of my well-being to bead and be creative. So when beads came and we were colonized, these all came from settlers, right? And the fur trade and all of that. So our people, women, as you know, when they are all together, they end up being on the same cycle. And back then, we would take care of our women. So they would have a moon lodge, and those women would go and be in prayer time. That's when they got to be creative and bead and pray when you're beading. So it was really a time to reconnect.
So my last question to you is, why is it important to buy First Nations art?
As Native people, we've created this beadwork, and we really strive to have things that are Native made by Canadians. Because here in Canada, we face poverty, unclean drinking water, all kinds of serious problems. So like, do your own Indigenous art. Be a part of your own Indigenous heritage and promote that.
Though trick-or-treating may look different this year, let's see how Calgarians are gearing up for All Hallows Eve. First, Paul Magnuson and his crew at Big Art have adapted to COVID restrictions while still managing to scare people.
For us, for a good scare, there are props that look scary and make sense, like chain. But then there are other props that we use to make sound effects in the dark that aren't so cool, like your $2.99 squeegee. So the scare wash in an elevator pitch is a in-vehicle horror experience inside a car wash. The circus troupe I work with, which is Le Cirque de la Nuit, I'm the director there. When we first came through with concepts that were COVID-19 safe, they're all drive-in or in-vehicle experiences. Then obviously it's Halloween, it's one of our favorite times of the year. So the natural fit was a car wash, wand wash. In the dark, in the scare wash, you know, you will hear things like. The fact is that when you're trapped inside a car wash bay, when the lights are flickering, going off and on, with a vehicle in front of you, with who knows who inside, the next 10 minutes will be the scariest you've had in the Halloweens you can remember.
We can't give away what exactly is in the scare wash, but makeup artist Kyra McPherson has a classic movie villain ready to go.
My main passion is getting on film, getting on set, and making as creepy of little monsters as I can. You know, I probably wouldn't even be in film if it wasn't for the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I was so into dreaming, and then I couldn't articulate what a dream was, but then I saw Nightmare on Elm Street and I saw Freddy, and I was like, this dude gets it. There was an opportunity for Robert Englund, who is the actor of Freddy Krueger, to come to town. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make up a Freddy to show him. So with the hand, it's made to just slide over top of whoever's wearing it. And they are actual needles. It took me a really long time to figure out what size. I used a ton of reference photos. I just made sure to find everything that I could from that scene. I had to make sure that it was very true to the design. The head, because I was running out of time, I would say, 200 hours. The patience is directly correlated to the amount of passion. I went and I got the photo shoot with the whole cast, and Robert thought it was great, and he actually, after the photo, he stopped everybody and put his arm around me and he was just like, this girl's been walking around here all for the past couple days and she made this Freddie and she's super talented, and if any of you guys have an indie film that you're working on in Canada, you need to call her. I walked around the side and waited till I was out of sight, and then I kind of started crying a little bit.
Since we're on the topic of Halloween, let's go visit Calgary's queen of Halloween.
You rang?
Is Kipling here?
She is. Come.
I see you have Halloween tarot there and a rattle of bones. So what are you doing for Halloween? What's that Post-it picture gonna look like? I've heard that you create Post-it note art every day?
Yes.
So 365 Post-it notes.
On 66 one year, but yeah. It's sort of a visual diary, but sometimes I'm commenting on politics or things that really annoy me because I'm easily annoyed. There are times when I'm walking along and something happens and I'm like, oh, that's my Post-it note for today. Oh, my dog got skunked. That was a stinky day. I've been kind of tracking COVID, so like that's the day it hit 2 million cases and
worldwide.
Tug.
Nice.
So sometimes it's just interesting labels and then I draw around it.
Nice.
It doesn't always have to mean anything. It's more fun to draw people you don't like. When you're being pretty, you're very, very limited. That's why the Disney princesses are very sort of rigid, because we have this very specific idea of this is beauty, and anything that deviates even that much then it becomes not beautiful. So when you like somebody, you want them to look good, so it's not that interesting. But when you're drawing somebody like Garrison Keillor, you can just warts and all, and it's fun.
Warts and all? Mr. COVID is a little bit scary. We're putting out the spooky vibes. More Halloween!
More Halloween, less COVID. It's Halloween to me is all year and all the time, and so October 31st, everyone expects me to do all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm kind of tired because I do it all year, so it's like it's amateur hour for me. I mean, if you like something, why are you gonna only do it 1 month of the year? So what do you do for Halloween?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I'm 100% amateur hour for Halloween.
It's okay to be amateur
Yeah,
hour.
everything is sexy.
It would be boring if everybody was the same, right?
So Kipling, who was that fellow that was answering the door? Is that your butler?
No, that was Jackson Fibes from Forbidden Dimension. A friend of mine had a CD. It almost never happens I listen to it the first time, I'm like, I love this music so much. I wrote to the address on the back of the CD, and the guy wrote me back.
Oh, wow.
So then we ended up being friends for years and trading art and just like being art buds for years and years and years. And then I moved to Calgary and married him.
What? Thank you, Kipling, and all you creative Calgarians for making this city such a special place to pursue artistic endeavors. If you have a story, project, or example of living creatively, please share to submissions@calgaryartsdevelopment.com or post online with the hashtag YYCLCL. Join us next time for more on Living a Creative Life. Happy Halloween!